Hello everyone, today we have new video review and this time we're gonna check fresh release from Eduard. That's a 1/48 scale Spitfire Mk.VIII. It's a special version which was designed for the high altitude, and as you can see it has these special pointed wings. And this time it comes with a Profipack in 1/48 scale. But first, as usual, let me remind you that we are still gathering money for the new camera, and you can help us by pressing the donate button on our website. It is easy, it is done via PayPal, so it should be quite safe, and of course it will help us greatly because we are still in need of the proper camera for better video quality, better sound quality, which will make our reviews even more, let's say, engaging and detailed. So, this is a 1/48 scale Spitfire. It is based on well-known plastic from Czech manufacturer. Box size and box type is quite typical here. You can see comparison with my hand. We have this nice box art on the front. Then we have 5 marking options depicted on the side of the box. And on the other side we have QR code for the kit info page and also short information about the kit. That it is made in Czech Republic, and there are masks and PE parts included. These are typical bonuses for Profipack, so no surprise. That's a top opening box, and here is what we have inside. So as you can see, there is plenty of space inside. You shouldn't be worried about any possible damage. And we're gonna start one by one. Of course we will start from the top sprue, because this transparent sprue lies on the top in order to avoid possible damage from the pressure, for example. So here you can see that's a typical circular frame. Here we have all canopy parts, and I will zoom in and show them one by one. So here we have even the target side, that's the front part of the canopy. Then we have one piece middle section and rear section, that's for the closed canopy of course. Then we have some more of the interior parts and exterior parts. Here you can see the separate middle section for open version. Actually that was the rear, and here is the middle section. More or less detailing is quite nice, and I think it should be easy to assemble these parts together. As you remember, we've assembled one of the Spitfires in 1/48 scale. You can find built on our website, and it proved to be quite an interesting kit, quite a nice kit, which is easy to assemble and pleasure to spend time building it. Now I am opening the next plastic bag. Give me a second. This one contains gray plastic sprues already. And here we have 2 of them. Okay, so first one is dedicated to wing parts. Here you can see them. Parts division shouldn't be a surprise for you. We have 2 top halves and 1 bottom. Of course you will have to assemble the air intakes, which are molded separately. Wheel wells are also designed separately. Ailerons come separate, but flaps are molded in. So if you would like to drop flaps on your aircraft, you will have to buy a separate PE set for those. Nevertheless, it should be easy to modify them, and as you can see inside we have special position pins. Overall placement should be quite easy as far as I remember. And here you can see also some detailing for wheel wells, which should come handy if you would like to expose this area. Next we have second grey plastic sprue out of this bag. I'll zoom out a bit so that you can see it whole. So here we can see fuselage house. Both are molded together with tail segment. As usual for 1/48 scale and 1/72 scale Spitfires, we have separate top cooling panel, and it should be assembled out of 2 halves, so it's not that good. As you remember, I had some issues with that, and if you would like to avoid them, I would recommend to buy a separate resin upgrade from the same manufacturer. It is available on the website, and you can get it together with this kit when you will be ordering it. But molding quality is really nice. I can even zoom in so that you can see these nice rivets and recessed panel lines. As you remember, Spitfire is considered as one of the best kits from Eduard, maybe even the best kit from Eduard, because of its simplicity, because of its design and its detailing. And I really doubt that somebody will actually release something better. As you can see here inside we have quite a modest detailing. The same can be found on the other fuselage half. Why? Because cockpit should be assembled separately, and you can see the special tabs which will help position it properly inside the fuselage halves. And actually it is quite interesting parts division, because as I said before, cockpit is assembled as a separate let's say sub-assembly, and then you just insert it in place, so you won't have to waste your time trying to fit this or that part. Next we have another plastic bag. This one is dedicated to 2 plastic sprues once again, and here we have slightly bigger frames. I will zoom out so that you can see them. Those are full of different parts, and I can say for sure some of those won't be used and will go into your spare parts. But for example, those ailerons will come handy for sure. Here you can see cockpit walls, also some cockpit elements here. That's a pilot seat, and here we have another cockpit wall. I would recommend to drill out all those holes because they're, as you can see, closed with plastic, so take your small drill bit and work a bit on this element. Of course, nobody stops you from buying the resin upgrade set for the whole cockpit, which is sold by Eduard as well, but of course resin kit will take a bit more time and it will require due care while assembling it. Next we have last grey plastic sprue. This one is more concerned with external elements. Here we have different parts for landing gear wheels, one-piece propeller, and again molding quality looks fine. Here you can see 2 types of exhausts. Here we can see several types of wheels. Everything is here. And as I said before, only small section of this will be used and all other parts will go into your spare boxes, and I think they should come handy in other projects as well. Then here we have assembly manual. This one is printed in form of this typical big brochure from Eduard. Of course it is printed in color, and here we have short history note on the first page. Next we have parts map, and note how many parts won't be used on the sprues. On the wing, sprue is actually let's say employed fully. And then we have assembly process, which starts with cockpit walls. As you can see, you will have to apply minor elements and some PE parts. Also here you can see the option for the assembly. Next we assemble the pilot seat. It should be glued out of several parts, and of course you will use PE belts for it. Then we join everything together. We add seat belts from the top. We close another cockpit wall. Then we install this sub-assembly into the fuselage, as I said before, and then we start with wings. We continue with wings. Those are wheel wells being assembled. Here you can see how the top cowling part is assembled, so be careful with this, because in my case, in 1/48 scale and in 1/72 scale, I still had a gap on this segment of the airplane, and it is quite visible, of course, so you have to work around this. Next we have installation of the wing edges. Here you can see the chin pan, also called. Here you can see that air intake flap can be assembled in 2 positions, opened or closed. Here is the assembly of the landing gear wheels. Then we continue with propeller, cockpit door. Also note that you can install the rear view mirror on the canopy. And what else? Some minor PE elements addition on the model. Masks application guide, and note that masks will be used also for the position lights, which is quite handy. And next we have color printed profiles. Paint numbers are given in Gunzi designations. It's a traditional for Eduard feature. These marking options look quite nice, I would say, and more or less colorful for Spitfire. And here you can see the stenciling application guide. And then here you can see all resin accessories available from the same manufacturer. And as I said before, it's really wide choice, so take your time and check what you would like to see on your model. Next we have typical for Profipack bonuses. That's a small mask sheet, which is packed into the separate plastic bag. And then we have small PE thread, which is also packed into the separate plastic bag, but it also has cardboard inside, so it won't get bent. Here you can see it. I will zoom in a second. So here are all PE parts which are featured in this kit. As you can see, the biggest share will go inside, and only small amount of parts will be actually used outside on outer surfaces. But that's not an issue. I mean, you can get a separate PE set from the same manufacturer for fine detailing of external surfaces if you would like to. But even the standard appearance of the, let's say, out-of-the-box model should look really nice, in assembled state of course. And next I'm opening the last plastic bag. Here we have two decals sheets. I will show you the biggest one first, and then we check the second one, the smallest one. Both are printed in Eduard, and here you can see, as I said before, the biggest one. This one carries all necessary symbols for 5 marking options. We also have decal for the dashboard, so in case you don't like to use PE, or maybe you are afraid of PE, you just use this decal and you're good to go. And next we have, as I said, the second decal sheet. This one is printed, as you can see there is slight paper cover difference between these two, but here we have different stencils for this aircraft, and that's a must. I recommend to spend some time applying this on airplane, because appearance in 1/48 scale noticeably changes once you apply all those stencils on your small aircraft. So take the time and do this, and you will be satisfied with the result. So that's all for this video review. There are no other bonuses in the box. And here we have another nice kit from Eduard. That's not a limited edition. Once again, I will remind you that this is a Profipack. You can get it directly on Eduard website. And of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion here in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Bye!